Shane, what was your thoughts on all of this when this came down?
Not surprising at all, Molly. Not
Really?
surprising at all. The fact that Mac Jones won the job. For me, I always felt like Mac Jones was going to win the job anyway because of a couple qualities that Mac Jones has. Mac Jones really knows how to process information quickly, pre-snap, post-snap. He knows what the defense is trying to do to him. But more importantly, he's accurate with the football, Molly. Think about it. Cam Newton is probably the most imposing athlete at the quarterback position that we've ever seen. But the one glaring weakness that Cam Newton has had in his whole career is accuracy. Okay? That's the one thing that Mac Jones does very well. He knows where to go with the football. He knows how to place the football where it needs to be. New England has done a tremendous job of rebuilding this roster on both sides of the ball, defensively. Offensive line is going to be top five, in my opinion. They got a room full of running backs. They're going to run the ball. And you know what they're going to tell Mac Jones? Don't lose it. Because Bill always used to tell us there are more teams find ways to lose games than win them. And we've heard time and time again, we've heard guests coming on First Take this morning basically saying how Mac Jones does not make the same mistake twice. That is really important in a Bill Belichick system, in a Bill Belichick culture, and ultimately that's why Mac Jones won this job.
Woody, when you look at Cam Newton, I want to focus on Cam Newton for a minute. And you look at Cam Newton, you look at what he was in 2015, MVP of the league, playing at a high level, and you look at him now. When you look at the National Football League and you look at teams who may need a quarterback, teams who may need a backup, where do you see Cam fits best in the National Football League? What team teams do you have in mind?
That's a tough question. I look at maybe out in Denver. I know Teddy Bridgewater won the job, but who knows? That situation might be, tenuous out there. But quite honestly, we're at a point, and I know Bill did Cam a favor by releasing him right now to try to latch on somewhere. But where's the starting jobs? Where's the starting jobs right now? We're a little over a week away from week one games. Where's Cam Newton going to walk in right now, learn the playbook, and start week one? I just find it hard. I find it hard to find a landing spot for Cam Newton where he's going to be starting week one.
It's late in the game for that. It's late in the game for that. But I'm thinking about Cam when under Norv Turner, before he was hurt, he was having his best passing season from the pocket. And when you look at what he did with the Patriots last year, given all the extenuating circumstances, they still came 2 plays away from winning 9 games. I'm just thinking, when Cam got hurt, who would you rather had, Jameis or Cam? Because I would have rather had Cam. Jameis just got a starting job with a good team with the Saints. Washington football team, where his former coach already passed on him, by the way, when he was available, right?
Rivera.
But his former coach has Fitzmagic starting, but if you have Fitz starting, it's because you don't have a franchise quarterback, because he spent his career bouncing back and forth as a starter, a really good backup, a guy who reels off 3 or 4 great weeks in a row, 3 or 4 bad weeks. I don't know, but I'm just taking my mind back to before his injury. If someone would have said Cam or Jameis, I'd have said Cam. Cam or Patrick, I'd have said Cam. We don't know that Jalen Hurts or Gardner Minshew, whoever, is the answer in Philly yet. We don't know. So when you start looking around, by the way, even Pittsburgh, right? Roethlisberger
I had that in mind,
could wind up getting hurt. Don't you want a big, strong quarterback who has veteran experience backing him up because you have playoff? There are teams, when you look around the league, that may have starting jobs open in the not-too-distant future.
I'm sure he'll have a job. If the Patriots were considering him as a starting quarterback, I'm sure he's going to land somewhere.
But I'll say this, Woody. The question is Cam willing to be a backup quarterback? Because we know he's not going to start on a team right now. Is Cam willing to be a backup quarterback?
Hey, Harry, here's the thing I will tell you, and I've told people already. Not everyone is able to be a backup quarterback. Think about this. You're talking about a guy who was a league MVP, guy who went to the Super Bowl, and now at the age of 32, you're relegated to being a backup quarterback? Man, you got to swallow your pride to be in that situation. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for you to swallow your pride, knowing all the things that you've accomplished in this league, to basically say, you know what? I need to humble myself and take this job, take this backup role in order for me to possibly try to gain a starting role next year. That is going to be the key. Is Cam Newton willing to do that? I don't know, because I don't see a scenario right now where Cam Newton can walk in and be a starting quarterback.
It's odd because, like, usually you think the best 32 should be the starters. But when I look at Fitzpatrick, when I look at Jameis Winston, when I look at Sam Darnold, I don't know that any of those guys are better than Cam Newton if he's healthy. I don't know. Like, matter of fact, if I had to order them, I'm guessing Cam would be one, but I get it. They're in new situations. They're more familiar already and all that. But not only has Cam hit way higher heights than any of those guys, but even just the recent times I've seen him play, including game 2 of the preseason, I don't know, he looked pretty good to me.
Well,
Damien, can I try?
Woody just said something that's go ahead, Woody.
Let me say this real quick. Anyone that saw Cam Newton the second half of last year, you were, I would say, appalled by some of the throws that Cam Newton was making last year.
He did have COVID.
Like the
he did have COVID last year.
The balls were skipping off the turf and all those things. So when you talk about, when you're comparing him to Jameis Winston, number one, age is a factor. Jameis Winston is a lot younger than Cam Newton. And let's remember, everyone talks about the 30 for 30 with Jameis, but let's also not forget, Jameis threw for over 5,000 yards. Yep. Jameis Winston is a talented passer. He just had a turnover issue. That's why he won the job in New Orleans, because Sean Payton feels like I can coach the turnovers out of him. It was never a talent thing. Do we know that Cam Newton, as a pure passer, because his athletic ability has decreased over the years because of the hits, is he better than some of these guys as a pure passer?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.